Well lads, this is it. My final enduro of the season. Much to my surprise as a bit of a noob endurance racer, Petit Le Mans not only takes place thousands of miles from France or even Europe, but it's not particularly petit at all, lasting 10 hours. This is the iRacing Petit Le Mans event that me and my two SRG teammates Andrew and Erik ran this October. Here's what happened. PLM is a 10-hour multi-class event held at Road Atlanta. This is known to be one of the biggest carnage races of the year. With the narrow corners and undulating verticality, it's known for huge incidents. We decided to run GT3 as we had done for practically all of the races this season, and our pick was, based on the race we just had at Indy, the lovely McLaren 720S GT3 Evo. Since I had minimal Road Atlanta practice, only having driven it really in Gran Turismo before this, I bought it and ran a few practice laps, about 300 in total, in a mix of day and night, and practice online races like IMSA. Thankfully, I wouldn't have to drive at all in the rain this time around, which I was really happy about. We gave Erik, the 3K iRacing driver, the quali and practice freedom, as he's certainly going to do a better job than me or Andrew could ever do, and he did just that, even utilising a complex strategy to go out, feel the track out, come back in for fresh tyres, and then go back out again in optimal conditions. And since we qualified P5, we can safely say that his strategy worked a treat. Top 5 pace for quali, and if you can translate that to the race as well, we are laughing.
Nice lap.
Good shit, man. Nice one. We were definitely in a higher split against trickier opposition than we were used to. His debut stint was absolutely superb. No one died in the first few laps from anyone, which is really ideal, and Erik was clearly a quick guy in his element. Even though he had me yapping in his ear about football during the first stint, which I'm sure did act as a bit of a distraction for him. He's like that old school style striker where he's just like crashing into the box and getting his head on things. Anyway, with 10 laps to go before pitting, he got into the S's, a place where you really shouldn't pass, and this prototype LMP2 rode the curb and took him out, giving us a fat meatball and 10 minutes of repairs. In fairness, the guy did apologise to Erik and the team, but it wasn't the start that we were hoping for.
Oh my god, what was he doing?
What the fuck did he just...
Okay, so you still got a rear wing.
The car's dead. I even gave him space.
You did, yeah, I saw that. I then got in the car after the repairs had been performed, and I'm not going to lie, I was really not feeling it today.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I didn't put too much time into it.
Oh, that's well good, that.
Oh,
nice
oh,
one.
there he is.
Fucking hell, man. Oh! He did the same thing as me. I'm not sure why, but I'd been experiencing some serious brain fog over the weeks leading up to race day, and I was just making mistake after mistake after mistake. What am I doing? Riding the curbs like 50-50ing in Tony Hawk, and I was generally just being very, very slow. Sandwiched again. What are you doing? Oh. And down the back straight before the final chicane, I suddenly found myself sandwiched by a pair of prototypes and was clipped, sending me straight into the wall, meatballing and giving us heaps of repairs.
What's up with us and crashing right before pit?
Oh my god.
That's unbelievable.
Usually we'd have just carried on, but Erik and Andrew expressed interest in a different idea.
Shall we just go and do the GTPs
I know, yeah.
for fun?
Yes, yes. Oh yeah, I saw you at Watkins Glen. If you can drive the P2 or the GTPs in the rain, you can drive the LMP2s in the drive. The braking points are pretty much the same.
I'm loving our discussion right now. I just
Go on
then,
we'll do P2s in the next race. Go on.
Yes! Alright,
Okay.
fuck it, I'm out. Leaving.
I fucking love you.
Yes! Yes!
Yep, we were about to drive a car that I'd barely touched at all on a circuit that I'd only learnt recently and with 0 seconds in the combination as a whole. So I jumped on a practice solo session, did 15 laps and went, fuck it, this should be enough practice. We set our sights on the next race session a couple of hours down the road, meaning our race would end up in the very early hours of the morning. Just before, Erik did his fancy strategy thing and went out in his favourite car, the LMP2. Genuinely, he absolutely loved this thing and you could absolutely see it in what he was doing. This is what he was really good at, and he put the thing on pole with a truly brilliant 1 minute 12.5 second lap time.
Yeah, 30 seconds. There's no Adra fucked up. Yeah, that's pole. That's fucking pole, guys.
Let's go,
fucking
man.
go.
Nice one, Eric. Good shit. This absolutely perked us up. He went out for his opening stint and instantly showed his quality, setting great times, being smooth and clean, and actually, whilst doing all of this at the same time, simultaneously teaching me how to drive these cars, showing me what lines to take, where to brake, the intricacies of LMP2 driving. He was absolutely flying, but then had a really unfortunate netcode incident 1 lap before he was due to come in, giving us another 7-minute meatball. By the way, no one has actually managed to complete a single stint in this video yet.
For fuck's sake!
Oh fuck.
Are you for fucking real?
Shown us the meatball flag.
Again?
We'll need to come in for repairs.
Yeah.
Again?
Pablo, car number 42. is
That was
now
all
left
netcode,
2
too.
litres remaining.
All netcode.
You'll still have major wheel damage.
Oh. I then went out for the first time and I'm going to be honest, learning on the job. I was making mistakes and added more incidents to our total than I really wanted to. There was no respite in this race. You really did have to totally concentrate, not only on what you were doing, but the cars around you given its multi-class. Well, that was terrifying. I had a few hairy moments, spinning it and avoiding the barrier and misjudging this corner in the hairpin, but thankfully didn't take any crazy damage and was thankful to be first to complete a stint without a meatball, as close as I got to doing it. 30 seconds of repairs for this one. For the first time in this entire crazy video, Andrew actually got to drive the car and he absolutely loved it. He was faster than me off rip and was clearly enjoying the prototype life. He had a couple of little moments but nothing as bad as mine, and generally had a great opening stint. In fact, he was the first of our team to successfully complete a stint on the first try. It was great to watch him race.
You're the first one to
Second.
complete the full stint on
Ryan
the
did
first
it.
try. No, on the first try.
Right here.
Eric then got
Humble.
back in for a second stint and did a
Humble.
marvellous job. He was in his element. He was enjoying life. Nothing crazy happened other than just watching this guy race. It was great to see.
We need somebody in front of us to die.
Yeah.
When I returned for my second stint, I was seriously struggling for concentration and was desperately trying to cling on to any focus I could grasp. I wasn't driving quickly and I was once again making some bigger mistakes, slow and struggling at the 2 big words in my notes for this stint. Which is completely contrasting with what Andrew was doing for his stint. He felt great. He was warmed up, he was quick, he was, especially considering his lack of practice, just elite at what he was doing. He was smoking my times and put in an absolute shift to keep us pushing forward. By the time he came in, we were up to P7 in class and started aiming for that top 5 position. Eric carried on this tremendous pace and I went for a cold shower and some coffee. He once again showed his quality in punching for that top 5 spot. And with Erik and Andrew on side, that was looking very possible. They had some great consistency and were trying to keep things out of trouble. Erik also set the team fastest lap at this point of a 1:11.2 flash git. And when I got back in the car, I just felt cooked. It was clearly very late in the day and I was very tired already. I was feeling the brunt of that. I had only managed to rack the team up a fair few incidents at this point and I saw that I was 49x. Alright, 50-50 innit? At 50x, we would have to stop and serve a drive-through penalty, so I just made it my sole focus to not get one more incident and throw the blame onto someone else. So when Andrew got in the car for his stint, he did get that X and he did serve that penalty, which I found absolutely hilarious in my sorry state.
Nice, let's fucking go.
But he also went on to have a brilliant stint and absolutely smash all of the records that had been set by himself before of a 1:11.5, which is a rapid lap time, and he was absolutely smashing it. It was great to see him drive.
Boys, that was fucking fun.
Yeah, you
The
could.
track's cooling down.
It passed midnight in real life and at this point we were all absolutely knackered. Erik had just put the LMP2 in cruise control basically and just went for it. He was fast, he was clean, he was chill. We all kind of just went quiet in the chat and chilled out for a bit. He also just casually set the fastest team lap again of a 1:10.8, which is outstanding.
He needs to get as far in front as possible because I'm about to start dropping 15s.
He's so confident about it. Oh man. Alright, good luck, Rocket.
Right.
You got big
Drop it.
expectations on you.
Drop them 15s.
I actually started my next stint a little bit cheerier than I had been for all of my stints up to this point. I put the AC on in my room to keep it cool, and we just had a laugh for the first few laps of my stint, mostly as the lads tried to break my focus.
Yeah, at least 2 seconds. Like. Ooh, and he even goes a bit on the grass there.
Bastard.
Beautiful.
No.
Oh! Alright, not a 12.5.
I had a couple of small loops and then eventually just had to really focus on keeping it on the track. I did feel considerably better here than I did in any of the stints before, but I was still not completely comfortable. It really did help and it went okay, but at this point, by the end of my stint, I decided to just hang my gloves up for this one and let the boys get on with it.
Thanks, that went better than I thought it would.
Andrew got in and was chasing down the Alpha touring car. Andrew was considerably quicker than that team by 1 to 2 seconds a lap at times, and all that was on his mind was putting in quicker and quicker times. This stint was one of the most impressive I've ever seen him drive. He was tremendous at it. Erik raced super hard at this stint, not only being aggressive on track but also being hyper focused and just aiming to be as fast as he possibly could be. It was tense and there were some dangerous moments in there. He got into a scrap in the S's which caused some damage and a black flag, hitting the second incident limit and having to serve that drive-through penalty unfortunately. And Andrew ran the final stint in the car. Unfortunately he lost the rear and hit a GT3 which caused a whole host of drama in the private chat. We unfortunately got the meatball with 45 minutes of the race to go with 8 minutes of total repairs. Andrew was devastated by this and our P6 chase was over. Our dreams of a P5 in absolute tatters. We finished P8 in class, so not the worst thing in the world, but we certainly had pace for a top 5. We were all exhausted though. It was almost 4 in the morning for me and I was ready for bed. So that's it. What did I learn? Well, that although you can over practice for a race, maybe 15 laps in a car you don't know is not quite enough. I want to thank my wonderful teammates Andrew and Erik for being top class and doing their best to keep the team energy alive with their fantastic racing and team spirit. And what a first year it's been for me in endurance racing. I've learnt a lot, I've made many mistakes, but I really have to thank SRG and Andrew for sticking with me this season. We will be back next season to kick things off with Daytona. Have a wonderful Christmas.